The Benghazi attack and the administration's continuing cover-up and changing narrative evades the headlines. The president refusing to do a press conference and then caught off guard when an NBC reporter kept trying to get a straight answer.
Were the Americans under attack at the consulate in Benghazi, Libya, denied requests for help during that attack? And is it fair to tell Americans that what happened is under investigation and we'll all find out after the election?
Well, the election has nothing to do with four brave Americans getting killed and us wanting to find out exactly what happened. These are folks who served under me that I had sent to some very dangerous places.
Political commentator and author of Mugged and Coulter and Fox News contributor and former pollster for President Carter, Pat Caddell, joined me this evening. You know what's interesting, guys, before I even go to the question, he's asked to clarify because he didn't answer the question the first time, and the second answer is as evasive as the first. But so my question to you, Ann, is why is the media not dealing with the fact that there is a clear cover-up here?
Yeah, because they want to re-elect Obama. I've never seen it like this. It would be as if they didn't cover the helicopter failed rescue of no, in Iran with Jimmy Carter. They didn't cover for Jimmy Carter like this. I mean, I do think it has something to do with him being the most left-wing president we've ever had, and also him being the first black president. They are treating him like the angel Obama, and they are right in with him. Leno said last night that, you know, the Halloween costume this year is to go as a journalist and wear an Obama button.
But Pat, I mean, do you agree? I mean, I think we've got some screens of the New York Times. It just comes out that the CIA operative on the ground asked for help 3 times. The New York Times doesn't cover it. I think there's a front page from yesterday and the front page from today. They don't even mention it.
They have been in the tank on this in a way I've never seen. CBS, days after the president told them, in fact, told them he knew there was an attack. I left yesterday George McGovern's funeral, who I worked for when I was 21, who is a man who stood up on the issue of the war, whether you liked it or not, and what he believed is truth, and fought a president against a president who was willing to lie, cheat, and steal to get elected. And the press, however, was willing to fight that. I am appalled right now. This White House, this president, this vice president, the Secretary of State, all of them are willing, apparently, to dishonor themselves in this country for the cheap prospect of getting reelected, willing to cover up and lie. And the worst thing is the very people who are supposed to protect the American people from the truth, the leading mainstream media, and I said in a speech a week ago, and because I'm stunned, I've never seen on an issue of national security like this, but I will tell you this, I said it then, they have become a threat, fundamental threat to American democracy and the enemies of the American people. What we saw tonight, what I saw with Ty Wood's father and family, and the outrage I feel for my country and the shame that these people have no honor. And when will people finally say it? Cover up is too nice a word. And the media is the one that's worst on it.
Well, you know, and we know, Pat, that, you know, with Watergate, Nixon lost the presidency, but no one died in Watergate, Ann.
No, that's right. Here you have, it appears, the president refusing to give the order to go in and save Ty Woods.
How could he do that?
Others.
You know, Pat's right. How do we come to grips with this as Americans?
Because
that a man on the ground there's an AC-130. Yes. They could have lowered an F-16, you know, just for the sound.
But he wasn't willing to make the gutsy call because that
it's not gutsy. It's human instinct.
No, because it could have failed, and then you'd have the helicopters crashing in the desert.
But it's not Black Hawk Down. We're so much smarter than we were then. That with the technology. Look, I'm not saying
you didn't care enough.
He didn't want to risk his election.
This president didn't care enough to stay in the White House and, quote, find out what was going on the next day.
Just order the rescue teams.
To rescue teams. Look, now I know why he didn't meet with his national security advisor and why he got on a plane and went to a fundraiser. An act, if any president, Democrat or Republican, prior to this had done, while the consulate was smoldering, would have been crucified. Well, and yet they are in the tank, and and as I've said it, this is, I'll tell you, I'm so personally, not politically, but personally nauseated by this.
All right. Well, you know, as Rome burned, Nero fiddled, and we have Obama with the Middle East burning. And Pat Caddell, thank you so much. And Coulter, always good to have you here. And coming up is